How's it going, guys? I'm your host Caravan Gaming. Welcome back to a very special Dragon Faber video. As you guys can tell from the title and thumbnail already, we have Q&A with the developers, and for the first episode we have Valerius the Box Cat. That's right, guys, I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this episode. I'm very excited to make this episode as well for you guys. But before we start off the episode proper, let me just get a few things out of the way first. So first of all, you guys are probably seeing this clip of me farming Z-Clam in the background, okay? The Z-Clam release came out quite a little while ago, and I actually did not have any time to farm for it, so I decided, hey, why not go ahead and use it as a background clip for this whole interview video. Okay, that being said, I don't think I've played it very optimally, so if you want to follow it, this is probably not the best video to follow. There are probably other better videos on YouTube up there to help you optimize your Z-Clam keep farming, so don't focus too much on the farming clip in the background. They probably wouldn't be able to see much of it anyways, simply because most of it will be blocked out by the text. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Next thing, okay, I initially wanted this to be like a video call or voice call sort of interview, but you know, keeping into account our different time zones, they live in the US and I live in Singapore, which is Asian time zone. We are probably like 12 hours or more apart. And on top of that, they are super busy schedules. I thought that, you know what, let's just do a written interview instead. They can reply me whenever they are free, and I think I don't want to impose on them too much as well. So I think this idea will work out a little bit better for both of us. Alright, the next thing, okay, all of the answers inside of this video are directly copy pasted from what they actually sent to me, so none of it is actually edited out or changed in any form or way. Okay, this is exactly what they typed, and this is exactly what you guys are seeing on the screen. Okay, next thing, I do not know when the next video or the next episode will come out. Do not ask me for it, because the staff is taking time out of their busy schedule to do this for me. It is totally not part of their job scope or job requirement. You know, and they can obviously just reject me, but you know, they have very kindly decided to take time out of their busy schedule to answer me, despite having to do all of the releases every single week, and I really do appreciate them for that. So please don't rush them. And last but not least, please respect their privacies. There are some questions that I've asked that they have chosen not to answer because they are either uncomfortable with answering, or because it's some company policy that they are unable to say some stuff, or you know, for whatever reason, and I fully respect them for that. That being said, I will put up the unanswered questions on the screen, and you know, I'll just gloss over them because they did not say anything about them. But you know, I gave them the freedom to, you know, choose not to answer anything that they didn't want to answer. So it is completely fine if they didn't want to answer any question that they don't feel like answering. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let us finally start the video. First question, can you tell us a little about yourself? Age, role in AE, how long have you been working at AE, any other interesting facts about yourself, etc. Hello, I'm Valerius. I'm one of the co-leads of Dragon Faber, the other being Dove. I do a lot for the game. I do a lot of writing, edit passes of scripts, bug fixing, balancing, programming. If it doesn't have to do with art, I'll probably have touched it in some way. Okay, so it looks like Verly is a real talent indeed. He does so much for the game, and literally everything except artwork. So very, very talented developer that we have here. Second question, how do you join / first know about AE? I played Adventure Quest way back in the day, even before Arknight. Oh wow, so it looks like he was an AQ player. And it's amazing how most of these devs are actually players just like you and me. How they all started off from humble beginnings, and then they started moving on to better and greater stuff, and eventually becoming one of the developers for the game that they really enjoy playing. Cool. I kept up with it for a while along with Dragon Faber, MechQuest, and AQ Worlds. Before Warp Force was released, Falarine had created a bunch of puzzles on the forums, and I got very invested in solving them. As a result, I was asked to become a forum Arknight. From there, I started helping out with Dragon Faber testing, and eventually took over the Dragon Faber Bugs forum. I went from cataloging and reproducing bugs to occasionally fixing them with Rolliff's permission, and then as I was studying at college, I coded part-time. Somehow through the years, I became Dragon Faber's main coder, and after Joe Petto left, co-lead, where I took on many more responsibilities. Wow, humble beginnings indeed. And you can see here how he really ascended up the ranks from just being a bug fixer No, from just being some guy who's solving puzzles on the forums to becoming a forum Arknight to becoming a bug fixer, part-time coder, and now he's one of the co-leads of Dragon Fable. Very, very impressive. Okay. Next question. Was AE your first choice when selecting a company to join? Okay, so he has decided not to answer this question. Okay, so we'll just skip that. What attracted you to come work for AE? There are so many passionate and talented people who work hard and create amazing stories and games. AE was one of the aspects that helped fill my teenage years with creativity and opened my mind to what could be possible. The amount of communication between developers and players and constantly expanding worlds was something that I saw that few other games were willing to do or try. Next question. What do you think you will be doing now if you weren't working for AE? I hope I'll be making games still, but who knows? I've learned a lot from my time here and there's a lot that I could see myself doing. So you can see that he's a really, really passionate game developer and he'll probably still be making some other games even if not Dragon Fable. But you know, I'm sure we are all very glad that he is one of the developers for Dragon Fable because he is a really, really talented box cat. Okay. Next question. Favorite colleague in the office? With our multinational team, our office is the interwebs, and I appreciate everyone from the testers to my co-lead Dove, to Nitera and Captain Rhubarb, to Elena and Artix. Everybody brings passion and perspective to the table. I could never pick a favorite. Wow, that sounds like a very politically correct answer to me, but you know, that being said, I'm sure the AE family is a pretty tight-knit one and I'm sure they all love each other the same. So it's nice to hear that everybody is well-liked and passionate in the Artix Entertainment company. Alright, next question. If there is a chance to collaborate with developers/teams from other AE games, which developers/game team would you most like to collaborate with? Okay, he has decided not to answer this. Do you play DF in your spare time as a player instead of a staff/tester? If yes, how long/often? I play so much of it during testing and creating the game, it's hard to find time to explore and discover like I used to. How I play is skewed by development too, which is why I'm always looking for player perspectives. My view is only seeing the game from one side. Players, new and old, have an entirely different paradigm that is truly invaluable. And you know, this is what I really like about DF, and not just DF, but AE games in general, because they take player feedback so seriously and they truly do listen to players, and that is really something that is hard to find, especially in games nowadays, so I really do appreciate them for that. Next question. Do you play any other AE games? He has chosen not to answer this. Do you play any non-AE games? If yes, can you name your favorite? Okay, no answer for this either. One thing you like about DF. I really like how it has evolved over the years while still maintaining its identity. Book 1 can be silly at times, but it's clearly still the same game and world as even later Book 3 content. This part I don't really agree with. Okay, at the heart of it, it is still Dragon Fable, but Book 1 is definitely a lot more lighthearted compared to Book 3. Not that I actually dislike Book 1 or Book 3, just saying that, you know, if you have played through the stories, you have seen the drastic shift in tones. Granted, we are still facing up against a major villain in Book 1, but you know, the overall feel of the book is just more light-hearted compared to Book 3, and you don't really have people dying left and right, that sort of thing. You know. Oh, and the players and fans, you're all incredible and supportive. And you know, this just goes to show that the developers of the game appreciate us players as much as we appreciate them. Very nice. Next question. One thing you don't like about DF. So many bugs, they are everywhere, but they get squished one by one. Next question. One thing you want to change about DF. If I could snap my fingers and change anything instantly, it would be to make classes use universal animation sets. It would make things so much better for creating new classes. This point I agree with and disagree with at the same time. I disagree because I really like how classes are right now. They really have their own individuality and their own character with the different animations, and for me at least, a huge part of what makes a class stand out is its animations, not just its skills, not just its mechanics. That is one part, but the other part is really the artwork and the animations that the classes use, and I think that is really cool that each class has its own different set of animations. Okay, I wouldn't really be a huge fan of having the same animation for every single class, and I'm sure some people will probably agree with me as well. That being said, the downside is that having their own animation sets makes the class unique, but at the same time it also takes a lot longer for the devs to actually come up with a new class altogether, okay? So at the cost of productivity, we do have a little bit more variety in terms of the animations that we get for the classes, alright? Next question. Your favorite class in the game and why? Okay, Ranger. I've always liked Archer archetypes in games, and Ranger was my first class passive creation. I think it's turned out very well. And I agree, Ranger is a really cool class, okay? It's definitely very unique. It just got a revamp, okay, quite a few years ago, and it is one of the strongest bossing classes for the inn right now. You guys can check out my inn videos. I do use Ranger for quite a few of them. On top of that, I think it is an okay questing class, not the best, but you know, the main strength of Ranger is really still bossing, and I really like the class with its, you know, double turn mechanics. On top of that, you also have the extra crit boost that Rangers get. Okay, next question. Your proudest release. I'm super proud of all the releases we do, because if I'm not, that means we probably did something wrong. I'm especially proud when I create new systems that end up working as expected or better, such as the Book 3 sailing map or armor customization, inventory searching, or the more recent special slotting. Okay, and I really do admire them for that, because when you take pride in your work, that shows that you really do have a lot of passion for what you do, and you know, you really want it to be in the best possible form before you release it out to the masses, and I think that's great. Okay, Book 3 sailing map is definitely something new we've not seen in DF before, so that's really cool. Armor customization, a little bit more on the art department side if you ask me, but I think it's very nice that we get to, you know, change up all the different parts of our armor, that something that we did not have in the past. Inventory searching, huge quality of life change, everybody was definitely like that. Okay, more recent special slotting, very nice quality of life change as well for Fashion Fable players. If you want to show a different weapon apart from, but you want to use a effect of another weapon, you can now do so because of the devs' hard work. Okay, next question. One secret the players don't know. Okay, he did not answer this. One tip for new/returning players. Hang out with other players. Our player community is really welcoming and helpful, and if you run into any trouble or have any questions, they'll be sure to help. Also, if you have any feedback, let me know on Twitter or the official forums. I'm always looking to see what we've done right and what we can do better. Oh, and don't be afraid to just explore and run around. There's a lot of small things hidden around the world to discover. Okay, yeah, I really do agree with this point. Hanging out with players really makes the game a lot more fun. In the past, before we had Discord, you know, there was only the forums and probably the subreddit, though both the subreddit probably wasn't very active back then. Okay, so the only active place that you could, you know, converse with other players at that point of time was probably the forums, and of course Twitter as well. Twitter, of course, there's a lot more fan art there than anything if you ask me, but with the Discord right now, and I think it's great because the devs, they do hang out on Discord from time to time, you know, answering questions, listening to player feedback, and giving their own thoughts on other issues that the game has, which is really nice to see. Okay, I will link the official AE Discord down in the description below, and I will also link a third-party Dragon Fable Discord called the Dragon's Quest Discord, so you guys can join these two Discords if you want to join in the Dragon Fable discussions, and there are a lot of great like-minded players right there who would love to have new or even returning players join in the discussion. Okay, next question. One thing you want players to understand but most or all still don't. Okay, another question that he has not answered. Can you briefly walk us through the process of creating a release and how long does it usually take? Okay, he didn't answer this either, and I think this is probably more because of company policy. They are not allowed to review too much, so that's fine. Of the 3 books in DF, which book has your favorite story and why? Okay, this question he did not answer. Maybe it's because he likes all 3 books and it's a hard question for him because he's finding difficulty picking out a favorite. Okay, next one. Any big plans/ideas you have for the game currently but are unable to carry out due to lack of time/manpower/any other reason? If it's a secret, you can choose not to share. I have lots of big plans and projects in the works, and there are always more we can add on, but that's just part of game development. Nice. I wonder what could be in the works. Flash Weaver maybe? You know, let's all just hope. Alright. Next one. Any thoughts on the DF community? Forums, Discord, Reddit, YouTube, etc. Okay, he hasn't really, he didn't answer this question, but he did talk about the DF community in the questions prior to this, and I think he really appreciates and enjoys interacting with the community as a whole. Alright, where do you see the game in 5 years? Mobile? Hopefully even bigger and better than it is now. A lot of players are joining or returning, and I hope that with our hard work and great game, we can keep our community expanding. Yeah, and I fully agree with this. I think the silver lining of COVID was that it actually did bring back a lot of old players, and even to some extent newer players as well, because of that video that blew up on YouTube that was not mine. Okay, the is it possible to beat Sepultura in 2020 video? I'm sure most of you guys have seen it already, and it's mainly due to that video that we've gotten so many new and returning players as well. So it's great to see more YouTubers in the DF scene. Granted, that guy isn't really a DF YouTuber, but I think he's been uploading DF a lot more recently right now after his video blew up. So that's nice to see. Hopefully the community keeps expanding, and hopefully we see more DF YouTubers join the scene as well to help promote the game. Okay, next one. Do you think the game is in a good state right now? If yes/no, why? This is a difficult question. As co-lead and former bug master, I'm always hyper aware of the game's flaws and issues, so I'm probably not satisfied with where the game is. That said, I also think that the game is the best it's ever been, and I think we can keep making it even better. Okay, I fully agree. The game does have its shortcomings here and there. You guys might be able to hear some of it from my rantings in some of my videos, but you know, that aside, I do also agree that the game is the best that it's ever been. Okay, so much has changed the last few years, and you know, when I was playing the game like over 10 years ago when I was still in primary school, man, this game is so different back then. But you know, the changes, all welcome changes, all something that I really like and I really enjoy. And I'm sure that the team will continue to come up with even better releases for us in the future. And last question, your aspiration for DF. Oh, I have so many things I want to do. Fix bugs, revamp what needs to be revamped, create incredible stories, and more menacing and creative challenges. The possibilities are endless. Wow, okay. So I'm very hopeful to see what the dev team brings to the table in the future. And that is going to wrap up for the first episode of the Dragon Fable Q&A with the developers. Okay, so I have actually also asked Dove through Verly if he would like to take the interview, but Dove was uncomfortable with participating, so that's completely fine. So all of this is by Verly, and yeah, once again, I would like to thank Valerius for taking time out of his busy schedule to, you know, entertain me and to answer all of these questions. Really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Okay, last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more of such future content, and of course, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and that's it for the video. Till the next time, I'm your host Korriban Gaming. Peace out.